Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, depending on what time you're checking this out. It's your man Earl, Livewire. Today is September 12th. It's National Hugs Day and National High Fives Day. So guess what? Give somebody a hug, give somebody a high five. And for those of you who don't know, you need at least, and depending on the type of person you are, you need at least 8, 12. I've seen upwards of 15 hugs per day to be someone who is actively engaged and is normal in their social behavior. So, just a quick heads up, I'm into preventative care, not the aftermath of bad behavior and bad choices to the best of our ability. So, with that being said, let's get right to it. The book we're studying, Secrets of the Vine. I strongly encourage you to stop by the bookstore, 425 17th Street, Suite number 2, Moline, Illinois, 61265. Feel free to give us a holler. We will ship you the book. If you are struggling with being or becoming fruitful or productive, this book is for you. All right? This book is for you. Let's get into it. We are on page 55. Today's subject matter is this. You can't have leaves and fruit. Well, Earl, you need leaves. Listen to what I'm telling you. You cannot be focused on having huge foliage and having huge grapes. I'm going to say it again. You cannot focus on having huge leaves or huge foliage and having tremendous crops or a huge harvest of grapes. You can only have one or the other. With that being said, we have too many people who are focused on what it looks like instead of outcomes and productivity. You're more worried about what you look like. You're worried about your clothes. You're worried about the car you're driving. You're worried about all these things on appearance, but there's nothing behind the appearance once you get up on it and examine it. Now, I'm not here to pull a text or preach a sermon, but there's a story in the Bible where it talks about Yeshua walking up on a fig tree, and from a distance, it looked really good until he got up on it and lifted up the leaves and found out that there was no fruit on it. So what do I mean by that? What I'm telling you is you can't be focused on growing your leaves to be plush and to be magnanimous and have this humongous leaf structure or leaf presentation and ignore the truth that your goal in life is to be fruitful, to produce a harvest of righteousness, to produce a harvest of godliness, not to sit around and just look good. Okay? And watch this. If you are a true child of God, because not everybody is, that's why I use the word if you are a true child of God and you're focused on, or you get distracted, or you get misled, God will intervene. I'm going to say it again. God will intervene with the pruning process to get you to produce fruit. Now, we're right in the Bible, John chapter 15, right around just read John chapter 15. Okay, it talks about the vine dresser. Let's get into it. A lot of gravy there. Let me say this. Well, we said a lot already. Don't mistake the pruning process for discipline. Thank you, Holy Spirit. Don't mistake the pruning process for discipline, all right? The pruning process is designed for you to grow and start to produce fruit. The pruning process is designed for an individual who is on the right track. Nevertheless, they had a hiccup or they had a misstep or they are being misled or they are being distracted with normal life, because we're all guilty of life getting in the way, especially of ministry. And God prunes us. And what does God do? God tells us to cut back this. God tells us to get rid of this. God tells us to thin this out. And when we don't do that, God steps in himself. And this is why sometimes we mistake the pruning process for discipline. Discipline is when you are not producing fruit because of sin. Pruning is because of not producing fruit because of your distraction or distractions or things that you're doing that you may not be aware of that is affecting your ability to produce fruit. Don't mistake the two. Okay? Listen to this. This is right on page 59. Left by itself, the great branch or the grapevine will choose leaves or growth over grapes. Listen, that is profound. We left to ourselves, we will produce leaves and growth, not focused on fruit. How many times have you found yourself trying to start something different, trying to adjust with this, trying to do that, trying to do this? And God's like, no, 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 no. Stay focused, stay rooted, stay planted. Okay, you see it all the time. People church hopping. Uh-oh. You see it all the time. People starting something different. You see it all the time. We being distracted because left by ourselves, we would rather produce leaves than fruit. Pruning is how God answers your prayers. That's profound. Say it again. Pruning is how God answers your prayers. I'm going to say it one more time. Things aren't going well for the Christian, for the Most High believer who is following God, and you're upset because things aren't going your way or going the way you want them to do. When you pray, God will begin to intervene and start cutting things away, start cutting things back. Why? For your benefit and his glory. Okay? And once again, I'm going to close with this. Don't mistake pruning for discipline. Okay? Pruning is the process that God uses to get us to produce more fruit. What is to prune? To thin out your life, to reduce your immature commitments, to cut back on your obligations that are not godly. And to prune means to remove dead things in your life. And that could include relationships and people. It's your man Earl, episode 255 on the docket. Don't mistake discipline for pruning. God bless you. God keep you. Peace.